Good morning. Welcome back to another Sunday analysis. This is Zero Draw Drew. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. That way it'll motivate us to continue doing these weekly analysis. Last week I got a copyright on my YouTube video, so we were stuck with this freaking jazz music. So, keeps me calm, gets the job done, so stay tuned. I'm going to mark up these charts, and then at the end I'm going to explain everything. So stay tuned to the end, and let's go. Apologies for the jazz, though. I don't want to do it either, trust me. My favorite part of this shit is vibing out. See the weekly analysis, right? Bullshit copyright. I see YouTubers fucking playing music all the time, but then the second Zero Draw wants to fucking do it, they're like, alright, let's restrict this freaking shit, right? You know what? Fuck YouTube. You ain't gonna stop me. Still gonna do what I'm gonna do, motherfucker. Just kidding. Whole move on a weekly analysis. On last Sunday I said that we were gonna come back up and retest this 4,000 level. Now we retested that level. Now we could decide what's gonna happen. I want to wait for London session, that way I can see how we react to this crown pattern on the hourly. Does look like GBP is set to continue down, but we have no bias. It really depends how the beginning of the week sets up. It depends how this crown reacts right here. Because what I did notice last week on the weekly chart, that liquidity was never fully caught, which means, we would have got a little push above this 4,000 level, but we just came up and retested it. So yeah, we didn't really fake bulls yet, so we might be able to do that. But at the same time, we don't have any bias because on the daily chart, we are pointing down. We got that U. Just want to see how price reacts. Like I said, wait for the end. We're going to put our finishing touches on all these charts, so yeah. Looks like a pump and dump, to be honest with you. Honestly, people make fun of jazz, but on a Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, it's better than listening to fuck you, this, that, yeah. You know what I mean? So, fucking talk your shit, alright? Fuck with this crap. Yeah, I'm gonna curse on the damn channel because for some reason these videos are only getting a few freaking views, so I don't give a shit. I don't care what you guys think, just to be honest with you. I'm doing y'all a favor. Attention to how I mark out these charts, what my thought process is. You know, nothing is perfect. I always look at these charts like an art. I never knew. This is the first time I'm looking at these charts with you guys, so I don't think I have the magic sauce. I'm just looking at spots that pop out, right? In those spots. Complicate the game. We want to watch how we react when we come back down to this level. I think we're going to drop in at first. There is a possibility that we do find support later in the week. The weekly chart didn't fully hold below. We were actually above, as you can see, right here. But on the daily chart, it still is pointing down. So I do think it's going to push at least to that 4,000 level. And we can see what price does when we get to that point. But wait till the end, because then we're going to go over everything. These are just my thoughts. It's the last week of June, so keep that in mind. This thing is probably structure on the seller's drop is weak. It's at 900 level. I don't really like Euro USD, to be honest with you. So I'm not even going to be trading this. I only marked this up for you guys, but we called the drop on Euro USD and the little retest last week in the beginning. Right now we're just in that range. I think it's waiting to react to this. I'll probably range until we get to that spot. It's usually what happens. Don't be lazy, you know what I mean? Like, just don't be lazy. Like, I remark up these charts every day, and you know, that's why I could see it like this. In the beginning, it's hard to stay motivated if you're losing money, but like, just keep marking up the charts, keep showing up every day, and then one day, you know, it's all gonna come together. You know, we got this range right here. I would not touch this, to be honest with you. I'm gonna wait for price on Euro USD. Well, we got these levels right here. This level right here. Just gotta wait for something to show up on a bigger time frame. I said wait till the end, and then I'm gonna go over everything. So, got that range on Euro USD. Range on gold. There's a range on gold too. Structure on that is weak, so it might be a bear trap overall. Still want to drop under that crown lows first before anything. Explained last time. Yeah. So we got this crown here. We never fully took liquidity. That crown, right shoulder. See, like with all the other pairs, GBP, USD got that little retracement back up to the 4,000. Euro USD got that retracement back up to that, you know, key level that I was talking about before. But for some reason, gold just stayed flat all last week. sort of gotta retest that right crown. I still believe our structure is weak. I hate ranges like this. Whenever you see something like this, just stay the hell away. Try to trade something else, just because it's... Or you could just go with it, buy back and forth. Once you adapt to the trending market, you could really do whatever the hell you want, as long as the trade is measured. You're getting a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Remember, all these levels, support and resistance, all this shit, all they mean, they're just edges in the market. It's like going to the blackjack and having an edge. It's like going to the casino and having an edge over the house, which you don't have when you go to the casino. But when you trade Forex, you do have an edge. That's why this game is profitable. As long as you don't turn into a gambler, you use proper risk management, you have decent psychology, and you have a pretty good skill set. Before we do anything with gold, we're gonna look long term and see. We overall see, but like if I was trying to catch moves on this, I would be looking for either bear traps to like this bottom level. Say if it dropped and came back into value, I would look for the buy to the next resistance level. Or if we broke this, say if this was a fake out, I'd be able to catch the sell if it came back into value down to the bottom, so on and so forth. These are just different edges that you can use to catch moves in the market. But now that we're done, let me put my finishing touches, and then we're gonna go over everything. So just wait. And yeah, if I speak like that, you know what I mean, like I'm always speaking like like a fucking know-it-all. I don't know. The only reason why I sound like that is because it's easier to get my thoughts across when I speak like that. So I'm not saying it sound like a dick, it's just how it's easier to speak like that. Alright, so let's explain, motherfuckers. Let's go. Alright, so I guess we'll start with gold, right? Alright, so gold on the daily chart, right? Gold on the daily chart, we got this crown pattern, as you can see right here. The structure on the drop was pretty weak, so we don't really have a bias, but I do feel like all sellers' liquidity is down below this level. So, like I said, on the hourly chart, we are in this range, so it is harder to catch these moves. But if price dropped and then came back into value, we could look for the buy opportunities up to the next level. Now, if we drop into this level right here first, before we go up and retest these levels and catch buyers' liquidity, then we could look for, the buy. As long as it, the sellers are exhausted and price comes back in, then we could look for the buy. Because overall, we do have this daily crown pattern, so I do think that eventually we do want to push down, but at the same time, right now on the hourly, we're reading this range, so there's no reason to short down there yet, unless we get a fake bull trap above one of these levels back into value to short. So that's what we're looking for. But as you can see on the 15-minute chart, it's just a lot of back and forth action. So you just want to wait for price, you want to wait for a big reaction, and once we get the reaction, then you can catch something. Okay. So let me put in my notes. Gold has this daily. Okay, so like I explained before, I said gold has this daily crown pattern. We're in this hourly range, and seller liquidity hasn't fully been caught, so we don't have any bias. We're looking for buy ops only if we drop under the range. Say we drop into the range and then come back into value, we could smash that buy opportunity to the top of the range. See what I'm saying? Now if you're looking for sell opportunities, we're looking for a bull trap. Say if price just breaks out with no rejection prior, and then we get that bull trap, on a 15-minute chart, price action will set up. I wish I could help you guys out. I am creating a course which is gonna go over how to catch these bull traps, bear traps, etc. But if you don't see the course, just follow my lead in the signal chat. I send the setups and all that stuff. So the more you see it, the more you'll be able to catch it. But like I said, we're looking for the bull trap above the 1797 level, and when price drops back into that trend line, we could drop that short to the bottom of the value. So that will be our sell setup or buy setup if it drops. And so let me just give you a little visual of what I would look for if it dropped, came back in. Boom. That would be the buy. And then the sell would be something like this. And then you drop the short when it comes back in the trend line down to the bottom of the range. That's gold. Euro USD is similar to gold. It dropped. The structure is very weak. We're looking at this 1.1952020 522 key level, which is 522. I didn't really look at that before when I was marking it up. The 522 key level is about right here, so this is a strong zone right here. Right now it does have this sort of garly pattern, which does give me sense to believe that it's going to go up at first. Right here we're looking for the bear trap. Say if it comes in, rejects that level, say if it rejects that level and takes out that rejection, you're looking for that buy up to here. But you need to wait for that bear trap first for that to be set up, or price can drop. Overall, like I said, let me not get too far ahead. We're watching this 1.1952020 key level. We're rejecting that level on the daily chart, but we never really caught buyer's liquidity. We're just rejecting it, which means that we do want to push into it. Probably eventually going to trap bulls above this level. Once we trap bulls, we could short down to this bottom right here, or if price, like I said, traps bears, we could look for that buy opportunity back up. So put in my notes real quick. Euro USD. Hourly range. So Euro USD sold off 2 weeks ago, not last week, and now we're retesting that 1.195 2020 key level. Bullish liquidity has not fully been caught, but we don't have any bias. We're in this hourly range, and I think we need to react to trend line before anything happens. Look for bear traps to support level 1.19100 and bull traps to trend line and resistance 1.19859. So let me explain real quick, give you guys a little visual. I'm looking for, I do think that price is eventually going to push into this 1.19850 key level. That's that retest of that trend line. We may even push a little bit higher, but first we need to trap sellers before we do that. So either we're looking for, ideally I want to see sellers get trapped in this value right here. Ideally I would like to see them get trapped. That trend line doesn't mean anything. Into this 1.19100 key value, I would like to see sellers get trapped there. We are sort of making this U right here, so I could see it pushing down to there, but at the same time we don't have any bias, so that if we do get that trap on a 15-minute chart, we may be able to get that short-term buy up to here, and then after that I'm not sure. We might drop because that is the top of the range. So we might get a short move from here to here, but then from there it might drop to the bottom of this, 100, which is right there, 100 key level. And then once we trap bears there, we might get that move to 1.19859. But there's just so many different things that could happen. This thing could find, it could trap sellers there. It could move up to 859 from that level, trap bulls, and then we could, get that sell opportunity down there. That's why we don't have any bias. We play it by day and we watch price. And we, like I said before, every trade is just like a transaction. The more you win, the more you're gonna earn. It's like going to a casino and having an 8 out of 10 chance that you're gonna win. Obviously, you're just gonna go with the edge, right? So yeah, that's Euro USD. Let me explain the next one. Alright, so GBP JPY now. So on the weekly, like I said, we were going to come up and retest these levels. I called this last week somewhere. Last week I called this buy last week when I said that price was going to come back into value, and it did. I think it was right here. Whatever, it doesn't matter. That was last week, this is this week. So it's another thing you guys gotta stop thinking about the past. Once something's done, you can never get it back, and that's the past. Just move on to the future and keep moving. So on the weekly chart with GBP JPY, we retested this 153.430 resistance level, but obviously we came back into that value a little bit. We don't have any bias. This can overall, push down. And on the daily chart, it does look like a little fake bull trap. Every time I see something like this is kind of bullshit, but we don't have any bias. So overall, we're looking for a reaction to this 153.450 key level, which is right here on the hourly. As you can see, price is falling off the map, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down. I think it's going to keep dropping at least to that 153.400 level, and then from there we get to make our decision. It might drop in, and then on Tuesday or something like that, we may form price action and then continue to drop down to this level and then down to this level. But ideally, we got to watch for a reaction to this 153.450 key level. So price does look like it's still selling off on GBP JPY. I do kind of see this crown pattern forming on the hourly chart, but at the same time we're watching this level right here, 153.400. We might be able to get like a bull trap there. Trying to see how we could set up this sell. You gotta look for something on a smaller time frame. I'm not really a big fan of GBP JPY either, but I mark it up for you guys. I'm good at calling these trades. but I really specialize in GBP USD. I like GBP USD. So it's a 15-minute chart. I'll just wait for the reaction to that top, to this level right here. After that, we'll be able to see if we're going to continue to drop or if it's going to bounce from that level. It's really a key level. Like I said, there's this crown here, so sellers may just push a little bit further. But I've seen things bounce at that level and forms like a weird looking crown. Okay, so GBP, let me explain because I don't think you guys can see this from the video. GBP JPY came up on a weekly chart, retested 153.430 resistance level, which is, this level right here. Daily chart looks like that rally was a little pump and dump. Sometimes I've seen things like this, and this is like a pump and dump. Daily chart looks like that rally was a bull trap, but we don't have any bias. We're looking for a reaction to previous resistance, now support at 153.450 key level. Right? Hourly chart looks like we're still selling off the map. Gotta let price action form before any entries are about. Watching that 800 key level, and we're also watching that 400 support level where that daily thing was. So yeah, I mean, if this happened like during the week, I would just, say if my entry was somewhere over here, I would just be holding this trade down to, that 400. But since it's a new week, we might get a gap over the weekend or whatever. So we're gonna wait for price action to form. But it may just dip, and then we'll don't chase anything. We'll just wait for price action. There's always something gonna be formed. So don't ever chase anything. So like I said, I'm not gonna repeat myself. We retested that 153.430 level on the daily. We look like a bull trap. So ideally, we're just looking for a reaction to that 153.450 level. I want to wait for bearish price action to set up because, like I said, on the daily chart, it does look like a bull trap. So I think we're gonna drop in a little bit, but we might find support. So later in the week, once we retest that, we might get that bear trap, and then we can smash that buy. And that's why I'm a day trader, because things are always changing in this market. I don't know how people swing trade, because things are always fucking changing. Now to my favorite, last but not least, GBP USD. GBP USD on the weekly chart, we came up and retested those levels. Like I said before, we were going to come up and test that 4,000 key level. We came up and retested it without fully catching buyers' liquidity, which kind of gives me a little concern. You know, but something I do see on the daily chart, we are making that little U, so it does look like we're going to come down to that support level, and we might even come down and retest that other daily support at 1.37000, which is all the way at the bottom of this range. So there's a possibility for GBP USD to continue south, but at the same time, we don't have any buys. On the weekly chart, we got this little rejection. It might just excuse my language, it might just find support and then move up and catch those buyers, you know, above this level before it starts to come down. So ideally, I just want to see how price reacts to the bottom of this crown pattern. If we drop into this crown pattern, and then we fake bears, we could look for that buy opportunity back up. But say if there's like a U here, or some reason, say there's like a bull trap right here, we may be able to find that opportunity to continue shorting this. So we don't have any buys. If price does happen to rally first in the beginning of the week, that gives me more of a reason to believe that this thing is going to drop overall. But if this thing drops first, I believe that it's going to come up and retest these levels first. So if it comes up and fakes buyers first, I think we're going to come down first. But if it goes up first, I think it's going to go down. I know that sounds very complicated, but that's just the reality of this game. You know, they'll fake buyers or sellers in either direction before anything happens. But you want to look at the overall direction and kind of just go with it. So, like I said, on the daily chart, it is pointing down, you know, but I think it just wants to react to this 1.38570 level. So once we react to that 1.38570 level, we'll be able to have more of a idea of what's going to happen next. You know what I'm saying? So GBP USD, like I think that we got to, you know, trap buyers above this level before we come back in. Like, I want to see something like this. You know what I'm saying? And since that this was a wave, this was kind of a wave. Usually there's 3 waves before, you know, in a correction before the downtrend comes. It's called Elliott wave, so this might just be that second wave of that uptrend. But on the daily chart, it does look like it's going to point down, so we got to wait for a reaction to this 570 before anything. So we've got to look for the bear trap. Once that bear trap is confirmed, then we can look for that buy opportunity back up. But right now, it still does look like it's pointing down. Alright, so let me finish this freaking video. It's getting really long. GBP USD pointing down on a daily chart, but never called buyers liquidity above that 4,000 key level and trend line. We're watching around 35 cents. me just put my finishing touches real quick. I'm going to explain everything real quick, and then we're going to wrap this up because it's Sunday and I just want to enjoy the rest of this freaking day. Let's go. So, on the weekly chart, we came up, retested these levels, but it didn't really fully trap buyers above. So we don't have any bias right now. On the daily chart, we are pointing down. So we do gotta look for a reaction to this 1.38570 key level. If price just drops in without any like U here, then I believe that this can be a bear trap, and then we could look for that buy opportunity to one of these levels listed, if not higher. So overall, we are looking for a reaction to this 1.38570 key level, and then from that we can make our decision. Okay, that is GBP USD. Now we have GBP JPY. Similar story on the weekly chart. We came up. We reacted to this 153.430 key level. On the daily chart, it does look like sort of like a bull trap. So overall, we do want to look for that reaction to that 153.450 key level retest, which is right here. If price just comes back in and then comes back out, we can look for that bear trap for the buy opportunity. Or if price, overall, we just got to look for a reaction to this 153.400 key level. All right, that's GBP JPY, Euro USD. We're in this range, like I said. The bull buyer's liquidity was not fully caught, so I do want to, we're just waiting for price action. Like I said, if price does come above, we can look for that bull trap for sell opportunities once price comes back into this trend line value. Or we can look for buy opportunities if price drops into 1.19100 and comes back up to the resistance levels. This is a range, so you just want to play with price and go with your edge. Gold, similar story. We have this range, but on the daily chart, we never fully dropped into this value and caught sellers' liquidity. So we're just waiting for price action because this is a range and you want to just go with level to level, with something like this. So if price, say breaks above, takes bulls above this 1797 level and then comes back into that trend line, you could smash the short down to the bottom of the range. Or if price drops into the value, this or this, then you could look for that bear trap once the wicks are filled, and then you could buy it to the top of the range, if that makes sense. Alright guys, that's this week's analysis. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram.com/ZeroDrawDrew or email me at officialpipcatchers@gmail.com. Thank you. Have a great day.